Think you know everything about the Pixel 9? Well, honestly, you probably do, but with just a few days away before launch, here's a full lowdown on all of those all-important last-minute leaks. Stick around for more Pixel 9 content right here from the get-go, before, during, and after Made by Google. We're the home of Android and Pixel, so slap that subscribe button for the full report on all the latest hardware from the very moment it's launched. And hit the join button for even more great stuff from 9 to 5 Google and get even more goodies for a flat monthly fee. I think it's a great price, and I'm sure when you actually see our offering, you'll think the same too. So we all know by now that we're getting 4 new Google Pixel phones for late 2024. Leaks told us early on that there will be a small Pixel 9, a marginally larger Pixel 9 Pro, that's probably the most interesting, and a big Pixel 9 Pro XL, and of course there's the foldable and badly named Pixel 9 Pro Fold. By splitting the 9 Pro into 2 sizes, I think you can finally get your hand on a Pro tier device or go to a larger form factor with the Pro XL, or even that Pro Fold if you want something even massive on top of that. Google is just giving us lots of options this year, and it's really nice to see. Google is notably as well departing from the curved, rounded, bubbly aesthetic that defined the previous Pixel generations. While the Pixel 9 series retains some familiar elements, it introduces a fresh design language that leans towards a more angular and a more modern look. The Pixel 9 series also embraces that sharper, angular aesthetic with flat edges across every single facet of it, mirroring the design philosophy of recent iPhones, probably a little bit too much for my liking. To complement the flat displays, early hands-on leaks show that Google is introducing that uniform bezel around all the sides of the screen. This aesthetic creates a cleaner and more symmetrical look, enhancing, or at least hopefully enhancing, the visual appeal of these devices and the software running upon them. The iconic camera bar, while still technically present, is undergoing a transformation of its own. It now protrudes a little bit further from the back of the device in a rounded shape as well, rather than being integrated into the frame. This design choice takes cues from the original Pixel Fold's floating camera bar, except it's just a bit more rounded this time. Probably fits in more with what Android is doing in terms of its own quick settings toggles, that kind of thing. The material used for this camera bar remains undisclosed, at least at this stage, but it is expected to be a premium option that complements the overall design of these devices. So, in terms of colours, the 9 series is introducing a fairly vibrant colour palette that I think should offer something for everyone. The standard Pixel 9 will be available in 4 distinct hues. It'll be in porcelain, obsidian, rose and green. The latter I think is particularly striking, and it offers a really refreshing take on the mint green trend. While renders do showcase a matte finish, or what looks like a matte finish, it is believed that the final product is going to come with a glossy back panel, and that's been seen on previous leaks, while the matte side rails will be present as well. That's something that we hope will look better in the real world than it does in renders and some of those early hands-on leaks with pre-release devices. The Pixel 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XL will take a slightly more subdued approach to these colour options. This duo will be offered in obsidian, porcelain, rose and hazel, and compared to the Pixel 9, these shades are definitely more muted, at least to my eye, with the rose colour being a prime example of that. The matte finish and glossy side rails of the Pro models, it does create a unique visual contrast, despite the annoyance of, or potential annoyance of, scuffs and scratches being pretty prominent, at least in my eyes, ahead of launch. Unfortunately, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is going to be limited to just 2 colour options, obsidian and porcelain. I think this is a little bit disappointing considering the device's premium positioning, at least at the top of the lineup, and a wide range of colours available for the standard models does make this seem a little bit more frustrating. While we eagerly anticipate the Pixel 9 Pro's Fold arrival in late September according to these latest leaks, we can only hope that future iterations will offer a little bit more diverse colour selections. So the Tensor G4 is going to be powering the entire Pixel 9 series, and it doesn't really promise major performance leaps. It does continue to use a 4nm process like its predecessor, but improvements are expected in areas like modem technology, offering better 5G and wireless connectivity. The G4 processor will likely feature upgraded AI and machine learning capabilities, enhancing tasks like voice recognition and photography processing. While they are key to the Pixel experience, overall it will be a half step from what we can tell so far. Leaks also indicate that the Pixel 9 is going to feature a 6.2-inch OLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate, providing users with smooth and vibrant visuals. It's set to have a 4,000 or approximately 4,700 mAh battery, slightly larger than its predecessor, and that should ensure better battery life than the Pixel 8 series. This model aims to balance performance with efficiency with just enough of the premium features like the previous generations have done as well. For those seeking the true Pixel experience, this is my own opinion here, I think the Pixel 9 Pro and the Pro XL will offer the best options for you. The Pro, the regular Pro, will offer a 6.34-inch LTPO OLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate, but with a higher resolution QHD Plus display for sharper images and videos. It is expected to have a 4,700-ish mAh battery, and the bigger model will come with a 6.7-inch or 6.8-inch screen. It's not fully confirmed at this stage, and a 5,000-ish mAh battery, which should mean longer usage times. Biometric unlocks this year are set for an upgrade with a ultrasonic fingerprint scanner included. That's new for the Pixel series, but the tech has been on the Galaxy S lineup for quite a while at this point in time. Hopefully it will unlock more reliably with an optical reader. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold obviously is the second generation Google Foldable, and this model is expecting, or at least set to come with a 7.6-inch internal display while unfolded, providing a tablet-like experience, while the internal external display will be around 6.3 inches, maintaining the usability when the device is folded and ditching that passport style design that we saw on the first gen. The foldable device is expecting to come with a 4,650 mAh battery to hopefully handle the increased power demands of those dual displays. So that's the specs out of the way. Let's talk a bit more about the cameras, because there are more upgrades inbound here, and the base Pixel 9 is tantamount to that, as it sports a 50 megapixel main sensor, which is going to be paired with a 50 megapixel ultrawide, which is a notable step up. This ultrawide camera will offer a 120-degree field of view, ideal for capturing things like landscapes and group photos. Autofocus is also coming to the selfie camera on the Pixel 9 for the first time here as well, something that was missing on the Pixel 8 and older. As for the Pixel 9 Pro and the Pixel 9 Pro XL, they'll feature identical camera setups, with Google heavily relying on the Sony IMX858 sensor this year round. This 50 megapixel sensor is going to be used for the ultra-wide camera on the Pixel 9 as well, is employed on all of the cameras on the Pro model except for that primary lens, including the front-facing camera as well. And while the IMX858 offers a modest upgrade for the ultra-wide and the telephoto lenses, its use on that front-facing camera is quite noteworthy. Designed primarily for rear-facing cameras, this 50 megapixel sensor is a huge step up for selfies on the Pixel 9 Pro. The only downside here is that the temperature sensor is sticking around as a remnant of the Pixel 8 Pro, which I think is a dumb inclusion and something that I'm sure many of you out there have probably never used if you have used the current generation, at least until made by Google. Leaks also suggest that the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is in for some strange hardware changes and a few potential downgrades actually. It's using the same 48 megapixel Sony IMX787 main sensor, but ultra-wide is switching to a Samsung 3LU sensor rated at 12 megapixels. Expect the same telephoto zoom range from the 10.5 megapixel Samsung 3J1 sensor, which was on the last model. The inner selfie camera is set for a bump up from 8 to 10 megapixels, and the outer selfie camera is getting dropped though from 10.5 to 10 megapixels. So overall, it's a mixed bag here with the camera systems, but there should be some upgrades, at least on the slab phone Pixel 9 series. So the upcoming Google Pixel 9 series is set to introduce a whole host of exclusive features, including satellite-based messaging, plus AI-driven features under that Google AI branding. I'm not going to delve into these too deeply, but Jordan has done an excellent deep dive into what AI features you can expect here. I'll give you the highlights though. These are going to include the Studio app with the evolution of Creative Assistant, which will offer advanced generative AI tools for creating custom stickers and possibly more on top of that. Another notable feature is Pixel Screenshots. This is the one I'm most excited for. This will enhance the utility of screenshots by adding metadata like app names and web links, allowing users to search and interact with the screenshots using AI. There is some privacy add-ons here that should make this pretty safe as well. The Pixel 9 series is also set to introduce a feature called Add Me, which should let you merge two group selfies into one, ensuring that everyone is actually captured in that photo. Annoyingly, another leak suggests that the Pixel 9 will also launch running Android 14 rather than Android 15. I'm really disappointed to hear that. Just when that update arrives is also going to be a mystery, as we would have expected it before the Pixel 9 series, or at least when the Pixel 9 series launched. So stay tuned for that. We'll have coverage when that's available. So as for the pricing, I'm sorry to say that we're getting a price hike again this year, with a predicted start price of around $799 for the Pixel 9, $999 for the Pixel 9 Pro, and a hefty $1,099 for the Pixel 9 Pro XL. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold is expected to start at a ballpark of $1,799 for the 256GB storage variant. Only the proposed pre-order, or at least the only proposed pre-order bonus, appears to be a year of Gemini Advanced. For anyone who purchases this Pixel 9 series at launch, I think this pales in comparison to the free Pixel Buds and Pixel Watch offers that have been available to early adopters in recent years. So it's disappointing to see we're going to get software this time, especially if, like me, you're not a huge user of AI in the most part. We definitely don't need leaks for an approximate launch timeframe, as Google is set to unveil its highly anticipated Pixel 9 series in just a few days on August 13th at Made by Google at Mountain View, or at Google's Mountain View campus. This marks a significant departure from the company's usual October launch window, suggesting a more aggressive strategy and even potentially to beat Apple to the punch with their iPhone series. Following the event's conclusion, we'd expect pre-orders of the Pixel 9 series to open immediately. While specific availability details are still under wraps, historical release patterns suggest probably going to be the end of August when these actually start shipping out to pre-orderers. The accelerated timeline definitely underscores Google's intent to capitalize on the new device's early momentum and again potentially gain a competitive edge over rivals like Apple. So that's a super quick and full lowdown on the Pixel 9 before Made by Google, all those last minute leaks to get you all the information and excitement before the event itself. Are you excited? I have to say I'm cautiously optimistic, especially as the design isn't really something I'm a huge fan of, at least right now, at least considering I haven't actually seen these in person yet. Thanks for sticking around with me to the end of this whirlwind roundup, and a huge thanks to our channel members on screen. Now, we will have more coverage of the Pixel 9 series, be sure of that, here on 9 to 5 Google. And of course, cheers for watching, and I will speak to you later.